Why, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us for another stupendous edition of the Auto Section here at wozeroff.com, the world's finest YouTube channel and accompanying website. Now, it's 27 degrees outside today, at least according to the car's temperature display, and it feels a lot worse with the humidity we're getting out here in the Paris of the Prairies, but you know what? I can't complain. Pretty much the whole rest of the country is faring as bad or worse this summer, and many of the other people enduring the heat wave don't have the advantage of ventilated seats in a luxury car like I do this week with BMW's M550i. It's a hot car for a hot day. Now, there's nothing like a seat that helps you cool down, working in conjunction with the rest of the 2018 5 Series' climate control system. This is a feature which is fast becoming a must-have, in my book, in any car that wants to compete in the high-end market. I consider it especially important when your interior is decked out in black on brown Napa leather and it's been sitting outside in a sun-baked parking lot for a while. My beloved driver's seat is part of the premium package option included on this test car, and I want to add, the front seat passenger is treated equally well. Boasts a full range of adjustability with tailorable leg length extension, properly aggressive lumbar support, which is great for swayback types like me, and side bolstering is also adjustable. It's also easy to add my setup to the memory seat and end up with a configuration I could sit behind the wheel for hours at a time in. And that I did. But look at me, leading with the cabin comfort when I should be talking about performance. This is a Beamer after all. BMW touts the 2018 M550 as being all new for this year, and it's the fastest 5 Series to date. Powered by a twin-turbo 4.4-liter 8-cylinder engine that pushes out 455 horses and 480 pound-feet of torque to the wheels, and that's all the wheels, mind you. All-wheel drive is what xDrive stands for, though the power is biased somewhat towards the rear. The big 8-cylinder exhibits a sweet exhaust note that gets the right kind of attention from fans of the brand, and one of the things I like about the 550 is that the engineers don't confuse performance with being stupidly loud. The car sounds good without blasting ostentatious noise. Now, the company claims acceleration times of 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4 frightening seconds. And while I don't have personal stopwatch verification of that, I'll take them at their word. The M550 is a rocket, particularly when the Sport or Sport Plus drive modes are engaged. My test car puts the power to the road via an 8-speed Steptronic transmission, with wheel-mounted paddle shifters if you enjoy that sort of thing, and backs that up with the sort of enhanced stopping power a driver needs to get this monster back under control with its M Sport brake package with big blue calipers. The M550 also gets a tweaked suspension, branded, as you might imagine, as the Adaptive M Sport suspension, which lowers the ride height by 10 millimeters versus other members of the 5 Series lineup, and it further enhances the handling and cornering abilities of the car. As I'm sure you know, steering and handling is a real joy all around in this package. The feel and feedback through the steering wheel is engaging and tight. It is highly responsive without feeling heavy or difficult. And while that makes a driver look forward to the twists and turns, this is also an excellent highway car. I took it down the road to Calgary about 300 kilometers, using mostly the eco mode, for, as I've stated before, I have to pay for my own gas, and fuel economy isn't one of this car's strongest selling points, but the cabin showed off its quiet and noise, vibration, and harshness-free environment. Now, the outward styling is more of the evolution of BMW. It's still easily recognizable with its stance and overall silhouette, and further sculptural refinement behind the twin-kidney grille with its active air vents. It is, as with every generation of model from this Bavarian brand, better looking than the last, as well as higher performing. Now, detractions for this car are pretty predictable. I won't even dwell on the fuel economy, as I figure if you're shopping for 8-cylinder sports and prestige vehicles, that's probably not a factor in your purchase. But the M550 states fuel economy of 14.3 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 9.4 on the highway, so it's not exactly an eco-run hybrid, if you know what I'm saying. Now, it's also a big car with a big turning circle at over 6 meters, and the interior cargo volume isn't huge. It's 530 liters, which I believe is actually less than a Kia Stinger. But I won't go into that right now. Instead, I will say, as I always do, that in order to get the car that you want when envisioning the perfect 5 Series package, it's that you have to get it up to its fully realized potential. You're going to need many an option group. Now here's a breakdown of this particular test car, which came with a $6,500 premium package, which is how it got those seats I like so much, an advanced driver assistance package, which is $1,500, and it includes desirable safety features like evasion assist, cross-traffic alert. That's one of my favorite things in modern cars. It keeps an eye out for what's going on behind you in parking lots that you might not necessarily see. And a lane keeping function. There's also a smartphone package for $750, and the Napa leather upholstery is another $1,500. Now, this car absolutely is at its best with those additions, but it kicks up the buy-in from a starting base price of a cool $83,000. Nothing to high rollers like you and me, I'm sure. But with the options on it, it comes up to $93,250 Canadian bucks, and that's before freight and taxes. Now, I guess that's the price of prestige. What can you do? Now, by all means, have a look at one of these things. Let me know what you think. Thanks, as always, for watching our YouTube channel. You're welcome to subscribe, of course, and I insist that you all have a nice day. Thanks. You're getting all this on the audio, eh?
Yeah, I'm totally getting this.
That's one of those things that kills your whole career. Is you forget to edit the sound, and that comes up. And that, of course, that'll be our first video that got like 100,000 views.
Well, you know, it's funny, right? Like,
before you can even pull it down, people have mirrored it and copied it.
Exactly.
It's gone viral.
Well, you know what? It adds color to life, you know?